This here, everyone, is a best of one. It is in the Go for ST2 Monday Premium. And spawning up to the top left-hand position. Representing Vega Squadron, we've got the pink Protoss player, Cooltea. I personally prefer Hot Tea. And his opponent down in the bottom right, the red Zerg playing for Roccat. It is HyuN. I am just going to double check that I've not gone crazy here. The round of 16 is definitely best of one and not best of three. I can never remember if it's round of 16 or quarterfinals where it starts. It's because we had a round of 32 and we don't often get that. I'm pretty sure it's the quarterfinals when it becomes best of three, but I could be mistaken, so I've typed 2. Yeah, it is definitely best of one. This is all fine. This is all fine. Anyway, what should we be getting from these two? PvZ in the cross-spawn positions. Nimbus, of course, has got the awesome base in your base. I wouldn't be surprised to see HyuN actually go and take the expansion outside first, going up to that quick third up against Protoss. Taking that first means you get the creep spread there, which is obviously just going to be so beneficial for you. Keeps things nice and safe. Otherwise, we could see an Nexus first come down from Cooltea. It would be a risk. Would expose him potentially to the risk of a lot of lings. But no, Ryan Q, there's HyuN taking the base down at the third first. That creep spread is the most important thing. It also means that his third is nice and easy to take. Super secure. Cooltea is going Nexus first, so both of these two being ever so greedy in the way of the economy. Doesn't want to go too crazy, just wants to be able to play it safe, play it steady. And I like that. I like steady and safe stuff. Because, hey. Oh, okay, hatch pool. This is brave by HyuN. Is he going to go hatch gas pool? Really playing it greedy now. Okay, so HyuN, he wants the bestest of economies. He wants to be China right now. He wants to just get all of the economy going. Use his might to mass produce lings. Send them streaming everywhere. HyuN, of course, had a first round game up against Golden. That was his previous match in a best of one. That was a crazy first game. Something a bit funky went on with the seeding there for Golden and HyuN to meet each other in the round of 32. But we'll let it pass. We got an awesome game. We got to see that. Remember, everyone, if you're watching on YouTube, you could have watched this live over on twitch.tv/Madals. If you're watching on Twitch and you missed any games, you could check me out on youtube.com/Madals91. Make sure you sub to that. Games up daily. Big shout out to people who follow me on Twitch, by the way. Macy was the last person to follow me. You are awesome, Macy. Thanks for the follow. Anyway. He'll dance around with the probe. He's going to check and see, yep, that's a third base down there. HyuN, he hasn't really got any scouting information yet. In the cross spawns, it means Overlords just take so long to go and get any scouting. Not that you'd see too much fun, other than it was a Nexus first, which, to be honest, HyuN is going to be pretty happy that he's opened hatch pool there. At least he keeps up with the economy. No, Cooltea did just come and check up here. Would have seen that the hatch is finished. And that means that he's obviously got some more useful information. Knows that it was a hatch pool. No gases yet for HyuN. He's probably not going to take any now until he's up to sort of a good 40-50 supply mark. No need to grab them any quicker unless you were going hatch gas pool for a very fast speed. But that's not what HyuN has got planned. Waiting at the moment. See any indicator of tech coming down from Mr. Cooltea. He's not really doing anything yet. He has got a decent amount of gas banked up, so he could start some tech. Just waiting for a few minerals in order to do that. Where do you reckon he's going to hide it? I reckon that pylon is going to be used to hide it, just up here-ish somewhere. HyuN, though, bounding around with all of these Zerglings. Trying to find probes. Has managed to identify one. Couple of lings, though. Going to go down to the Mothership Core Zealot and Stalker Pressure. Coming on through and... Ooh! Okay, we're going up to 4 gates. This is funky. Not something you so often see, especially off these 2 gases. But it means that a lot of Stalkers can get produced. Is there a proxy pylon out on the map? No, not yet, but there was a probe. There was a probe. Where's the probe? There's the probe. Come on, probe. Come build a proxy pylon. HyuN's seen this pretty early. He's already got lings on the way. He's got his Rotoron coming on down. His gas count not that high, to be honest. The first trickle of gas just now making it into the Zerg bank. Hopefully that's going to be enough. Still no sign of that pylon. Come on, build a pylon. Oh, Overlord, you are a hero. Look at that. Sees it. Perfect. Awesome. So, HyuN has now seen that pylon. He is going to be trying to kill said pylon to prevent any further warp-ins. Couple of shots coming down on these Zerglings now. Speed a mile off. One lone roach coming forward. He's joined by a buddy now. It's basically the Noah Ark of roaches. A lot more lings also on their way. That's going to really help against this. But without speed, it's going to be challenging to get those surrounds to chase down. Creep spread going to be vitally important here. Remember, mentioned that early on. Getting that third base as the natural means that you get that creep spread a bit quicker out onto your base. Big wave of warping should be coming in shortly. We've also got the forge and also a robotics facility on its way for Cooltea. Cooltea trying to get some warpins, but HyuN going for this, forcing a mass recall out. Really nice move by HyuN there, being able to get that surround with slow Zerglings. Takes down the pylon, forces some energy loss on that mothership core, but for the most part, Cooltea gets away unscathed. Going to be quite happy that he applied that pressure, because even though he didn't do any damage, he forced 34 Zerglings and 4 roaches. They haven't done anything apart from kill a pylon. That means that HyuN's drone count is a little bit lower than it would have otherwise been. He would have had to have used... How many would have had to have used? 16 lava to make the lings alone, 4 more there, so 20 lava was spent on units. And they're not really going to be achieving anything right now. Did they even get the scout there? Yes. So they've seen the robotics facility, know that it is in existence. Cooltea, probably going to be looking to apply a little bit of pressure shortly. Maybe following this up into a Roach Sentry style play. He does have the... Actually, never mind. He's got the Twilight Council, so probably going to be looking to try and secure up a third if he can. HyuN, on the other hand, he's still happily sitting on those 3 bases. He's got his +1 missile attack and a macro hatchery on its way. Only just now taking his 5th and 6th gases, though. So he's not massively invested into tech. His lair is only just finished up, but he is getting out a lot more production. Dark Shrine coming down. Okay, this is pretty funky. A little bit of DT pressure. Going to be trying to come on through. Opens up the option for Archons as well. In terms of scouting, Cooltea hasn't actually seen very much at all. Did have an observer out. Is that with the army or something? Yeah, it is. Okay, so just keeping that with the army. Not quite sure what he's hoping to achieve there, but keeping a check on everything. A couple of lings just bounding on through, checking that watchtower. Quick little run back from most of this army. The Zealot. That is a very brave Zealot right there. Chilling in the middle. HyuN choosing to allow it to live. Choosing to keep it there. Cooltea now starting to move forward. And well, a couple of force fields coming on down. Very nice force fields from Cooltea, trapping all of those roaches. Going to be able to get them all pretty much for free, just for some energy. That was a ridiculously good trade there for Cooltea. Instantly taking out all of those roaches, a brilliant trade for him. A lot more coming out to replace it though. We've also got the +1 missile attack and roach speed nearly finished up, so that's going to help HyuN. But Cooltea actually just backing away, running to safety, knowing that his third base is now relatively secure. HyuN, he's trying to take a 4th as well. He has actually taken it now, and that hasn't been seen by Cooltea, so he doesn't know it's coming. We're about coming up to the 12-minute mark in this game. Minor losses on Cooltea's side as he starts up his robotics bay. Going to be looking to move into that Colossus tech. Little Phoenix flying on forward. It's hallucinated. Just there for the scouting. We'll see the 4th. Important scout. Will the Hydra then get spotted? Where even is that? It's okay, so it's down there. Is it going to get seen? I don't believe Cooltea did... Oh no, he did spot it. Okay, so he knows they're coming. Can expect them to be coming anyway. No Hydras out on the field yet, at least not with this army. This is just Roaches and Zerglings, which to be honest, the 2 Immortals and a good amount of Sentries force fielding should be able to stop. Add in as well, we do have a Dark Templar somewhere out on the field. Where are you, Mr. Dark Templar? There's 3 of them actually. Okay, loading up for a drop. The 3rd one's going to wander into this 4th base. HyuN completely out of position to defend this. He's got no detection. He doesn't even have... He does have some overseers. Where are they positioned? Okay. They are positioned around nicely. Engagement though, coming down to the 3rd base of Cooltea. HyuN is trying to engage up against this. His Hydralisks are out of range. However, the Roaches pushing in towards the 4th. They're going to depower that robotics facility, prevent any Colossi coming through. The Photon Overcharge getting a good amount of damage down thanks to that Nexus. And well, the 2 Immortals slowly working through everything. And for the moment, as we can see, this has been held off. But there's a couple of Roaches sneaking their way into the main and the natural base. They're picking away at a couple more workers. A lot are being killed so far, but more being killed by these Dark Templar. The natural base has been completely gutted. HyuN really getting quite low on that drone count, down to only 44, and he hasn't done enough damage to counter that back. The War Prism going to get taken down, unfortunately, with a DT in it. Another DT wandering over towards that third base. Should be able to rack up a couple more drone kills. Gonna go for the queen, or just pushing the queen back for the moment. Hydra's coming on over, and Overseer needs to join in with this, but that was a good number of kills. 31 drones taken down there. HyuN having to take a 5th expansion just to be able to ramp up that drone production ASAP. Upgrades are slightly in favor of Cooltea as well. He's sitting there with the 2-0 upgrades compared to the 1-0 upgrades for HyuN, and HyuN doesn't have his +2 anywhere near on the way yet, so this is a big upgrade lead for Cooltea. It's a whole upgrade ahead. He's also now got the Colossus out. That's going to really help him up against the Hydralisks. And really, HyuN, he needs to be looking to get out some Vipers, to be honest. Because if he doesn't have Vipers or Corruptors, if the Colossus count gets much higher, it's going to get very scary. Some more great force fields coming through here from Cooltea. Able to just trap a couple of Zerg units nice and quick. Able to start wandering about. Quick little look. Where are these Stalkers going to go? Where is HyuN going to try and go? He's just checking for a 4th. Sees there's no 4th base there. HyuN has also secured up his 5th, and he's now pumping out a good number of Mutalisks. 8 of them going to hit the field. That's not too crazy yet, especially when there's Blink Stalkers, 19 of them with +2. That's going to be pretty potent against just a small group of Mutalisks, but more are on their way. We've also got HyuN positioning some of his army, ready for a counter-attack should this advance too far forward. The Mothership Core has enough energy for a mass recall. May have to use that. In come a couple of Lings, ready to start counter-attacking. Cooltea moving forward. It'll be interesting to see if Cooltea does decide to try and full-on base trade. He takes out 2 Mutalisks there. That's a nice little win for him. Unfortunately, some good damage being done at the moment. One of those warp gates is going to get gooped up, preventing any additional warp-ins. A couple of Stalkers coming in as the Mutalisks trying to ravage the natural base. Cooltea, though, taking down the 3rd of HyuN. Both players taking significant damage. HyuN splitting his army, though, into 3 separate groups to start really working away at everything, racking up a lot of worker kills now. This is significant damage being done. Cooltea has to end the game with his army. That's basically what he's sitting at, and he's in a position where potentially he can do that. HyuN, though, immediately chucking down another hatchery, just hitting out the way. Doesn't want to let it get seen. Cooltea trying to pull some probes. Has he got anything out on the map? Okay, yes, he's building a Nexus, but it's been seen. Oh no, this is a problem for Cooltea. The fact that HyuN has been able to discover that. Cooltea slowly taking down more of these facilities. The army supply is getting a bit more level. But remember, there's still those Colossi available for Cooltea. They can be very potent. If only he's able to keep up some buildings on the map. He's going to run into a problem because that Nexus has now been seen. Mass recall coming on down. Cooltea going to try and save his main base, thinking that he's gutted HyuN pretty well, and HyuN is in a lot of difficulties here. He's down to only 56 army supply. Doesn't really have many Mutas or many Roaches. Up against this force, Cooltea, he can just turtle up. He's got 1 probe, but enough money to make quite a few more. HyuN just expanding everywhere for the time being. His drone count down to 19. That's still 19 times, or was 19 times more than what Cooltea had. Cooltea starting that back up. That Mutalisk backing on away. Very funky game. Cooltea double the army supply of HyuN at the moment. HyuN, though, definitely with a better economy. By a lot. Cooltea mining very little at the moment. Some Stalkers moving out onto the map. Meanwhile, a couple staying back at home. What's the Mutalisk count at? Okay, 5. So these Stalkers should be more than adequate to deal with that. But they've got to be very careful of the Lings and the Hydralisks. If they get caught, that could run into a lot of problems. Odd little Zergling getting taken down is always going to be a win at this stage in the game, when you are both on minimal amounts of units. And this is a really funky game as we approach the 20-minute mark. Neither player really in a comfortable spot. On the one hand, Cooltea's there with a great army, 88 army supply, or not a great army, but a good army. Down on the probes. On the other hand, HyuN's here with actually quite a good economy. He's now back up to 28 drones, soon to be 35-ish. But even though he's got these bases, his tech has been pretty much eliminated. He has nothing in the way of tech, if I'm honest. A Hydroden and a spawning pool. Meanwhile, Cooltea's kept most of his production. He just doesn't have the money to utilize it much. Ooh, that's a lot of Lings going down to those Colossi, and HyuN, he can actually afford Lings. He's got lava and minerals. Does need to be a little bit careful. Oh no, a couple of Dark Templar. Where's the Overseer? The Overseer's with the Mutalisks. This is a problem. This Dark Templar should be able to pick off quite a few drones. It needs to be controlled, though. At the moment, it's just chasing after army units. Getting a couple of kills on Hydras isn't going to be the end of the world, though. Where is that Overseer? There is literally only one Overseer. No, where's the second one's there? Okay, never mind. Dark Templar will die, but it kicked off a couple of units. Stalkers now bouncing around. Discover this base to the top right. They're probably going to go and try and take that down. HyuN down to 24 army supply to the 84 of Cooltea. Cooltea 14 probes to 34, but getting very near mining out. Oh, don't leave it alive. There we go. Backing away, just making sure the broodlings don't deal any damage. Conservation of units and cost efficiency could end up being vital to this game, are vital to this game. 10 Mutalisks now coming out for HyuN, and this is actually quite a good decision for him, if he's able to get a decent Mutalisk flock. The problem is there's still 25 Stalkers out on the map, with Blink and +2. These Mutalisks don't have any upgrades yet, +1 is on its way through. Could still cause some problems. Cooltea moving forward now, feeling confident in his ability to hold. A lot of those mutas coming across the map. They should see this army advancing forward, though. They will probably be needed for the head-on fight. A couple of Lings and Hydralisks coming across now. Going to be trying to counter-attack. Oh, a Mutalisk going down. Every single Muta that's taken down at this point is a massive loss. The power of Mutalisks are in critical mass. It looks like HyuN feeling quite confident to try and go for a bit of a base trade. Photon Overcharge is going to get triggered on this Nexus. A hatchery taken down. That was the 4th of HyuN. Cooltea trying to trade this as best he can. The Nexus slowly getting taken out. The probes evacuating away. A couple of units were taken down, though, including another Mutalisk. Only 13 remain on the field. And HyuN is going to lose some more buildings thanks to these two Immortals. Oh, the Spire's going to get seen. That's really big. The fact the Spire's got caught, that means no more Mutas, and that's something that HyuN is really using as a bit of a lifeline, to be honest. A few more shots coming on in. Nice little bit of damage onto this Nexus. Both Nexi are going to get taken down. There's still 15 probes and enough to build another. That could be quite important. Units are probably where most of the important stats are coming from here. So as you can see from the unit tab, very little. Oh, probes, be careful! Okay. The probes were quite careful. They survive for now. Where are they going to go and hide? Build a Nexus, probes. Do it. Build a Nexus. Army for Cooltea now moving forward. The Spire getting remade for HyuN. This is tense. Cooltea is being revealed. These Immortals gonna die, unfortunately, for Cooltea. Will they get the spawning pool first? Yeah, they should do. There's only actually 2 Mutalisks busy working away at them, so a couple more buildings getting taken down. Every little helps here. Meanwhile, the Blinkstalker's moving on forward. Still only the 15 Mutas. This is a very funky base race. It's been going on for about the last 5 minutes at least. The Mutalisks are getting a decent amount of damage down. Now, the Mothership Core is still alive. Where is that? That should really be with the army, although actually it doesn't matter because there's no Nexus to mass recall to. Cooltea has got some Dark Templars that's been able to discover another one of those hatches. This is the final hatchery now for HyuN as far as I can see. Once that goes down, problems will ensue. The probe's now discovered as well. I don't think HyuN has got enough damage to do this. Where's HyuN's drones? Where even are they? They're chilling down there. HyuN needs to build something quickly. He's got enough money to. Okay, there we go. Building a hatch. That could be so important for HyuN. He's building some more hatches around everywhere. This is going to be a very close base race. The damage output is a lot higher for Cooltea, but he just can't find these bases. He also doesn't have many probes. Ooh, one of these probes is getting very scary. Has enough money. He could really do with building a Nexus up here or somewhere. The Spire can't quite see the probe. The probe could sneak around. A couple of Stalkers now coming on back. There's a couple of gateways remaining. This is such a funky game of StarCraft. In come the Stalkers. DTs have discovered this bottom left-hand base. Now just that extractor and that hatch. Okay, there's still another hatch. Never mind. Okay, the Stalkers coming on up. Cooltea is supply blocked. You can really use blinking forward. Trying to just take down one of those. Oh, Mothership Core dies. That doesn't actually matter. Aside from a time warp, nothing really available there. A couple of Stalkers blinking on in. Try and get a few more shots off. Still, these Dark Templar need to be wandering around. Cooltea, is he about to discover this base? If he finds it, that is the last hatch that HyuN has. Still has 6 drones, though. Where are they going? Those drones could quickly go and make another base. There's one lone hatchery. The last hope, perhaps, for Cooltea. Discovering the spire. HyuN is only a 32 army supply, but these Mutalisks are doing quite a bit of damage, actually. Cooltea has very little in the way of structures left. And he's moved out with his entire army. This could be a problem for him. If he doesn't find this base quickly, he's going to run into problems, but it's already another being remade. He's got to get back to defend this. If he doesn't get back home, if he doesn't defend this, it's all over. There's only, what, a couple of gateways remaining. He should have left a few stalkers over there. Only now. One assimilator. 3 gateways and a pylon remaining as far as I can see. The structures tab confirm that. Cooltea needs to build something. Anything, anywhere. He's frantically searching. With all of his army. Knows that his time is running out. 1 gate. 1 pylon. Oh no, Cooltea's building a nexus. Never mind. Okay. Defend that nexus, Cooltea. You must do it. You must do it now. Keep some stalkers there, for goodness sake. That nexus is paramount to your survival. We're at nearly the 30-minute mark in this game. Long distance mining coming in from HyuN. Oh, what was just seen? Okay. Okay, that base has now been discovered. This top base has also been noted. There are still 2 overseers. They're both with the army. There's not enough muters, I don't believe, to just suicide in and kill this nexus. Small problem there. Still, the Mutalisk checking around. They don't know about the position of this nexus yet. Don't take the stalkers away! Keep some stalkers over there. Send the Dark Templar to do your dirty work. Go on. Send a couple of DTs up there. Go on. 1 DT's already waiting. The reason he's waiting for a few more units, or the second DT and the stalker, is just to make sure they can kill it in time. Couple of probes discovered. Oh no, the probes! The probes! That leaves only 5 left. Stalker's still waiting around. They're going to try and force this over. They're going to try and bait the Mutalisks to come across. But HyuN is aware of that. HyuN is going to lose this hatchery now. That's definitely dead. Definitely. And Cooltea does know where the last one is. HyuN trying to get up a bit more of an economy. We're now 31 minutes in this game. This is crazy times. This is one of the most awesome games of StarCraft I've cast in a while. Okay, HyuN is retaking... He is now taking Cooltea's natural base. Cooltea checking around with some hallucinated Phoenix at the moment. Stalkers have got to be careful. Probes, get to mining. Get mining, probes. Do it. There we go. Good probes. Still a couple just chilling on the map. Where are the muters? They're trying to find a way through. Oh, a Mutalisk died there. That's a problem. Only 13 left. An Overseer also went down, I think. Or was it an Overlord? One or the other. This hatch is going to try and get taken down. A couple of Stalkers going to go running for this. A few staying back at home. The Stalkers do have an upgrade lead. HyuN, is he going to try and jump for this? I don't think he can. I think there's just too much here. The Guardian Shield's triggered. Another mutant nearly dies. Just managing to stay up very, very close. But a hatch will now fall. Couple of lings out on the map. That spawning pool can be seen. Frantically, the Mutalisks and the Overseers coming across. Some of these Dark Templars should be moved. Or at least one of them. Keeping one alive would have been a nice threat. The spawning pool stays up. Ling Stalkers pushing back a bit of the creep. Got a few pylons down. This is really tense, guys. Really tense. Genuinely don't know which way this game is going to end. HyuN, of course, does still have that base. It's still waiting. Is mining a little. Just a trickle. Waiting to see how much is going to get mined. Waiting, still checking. Forward go the muters. This is really, really intense. Stalker count. How many stalkers are back here? Okay. There are 9 stalkers, which will be battling up against 13 Mutalisks. But the stalkers have +2 and the muters are 0-0. I think that the stalkers would win, especially with a couple of other units around. Oh no, the Mutalisks are going for it! With a couple of lings there, they did get a few of the stalkers, but 2 of the Mutalisks died as well. That Nexus is in such a vulnerable position. Both of these two are playing to stay, and it's a best of 1, remember. 34 minutes into this game. I don't think I've seen this sort of situation in a long, long time. But it is awesome to see. Waiting for the mutas. Where are they going to go? A couple of stalkers moving forward. I hope enough stalkers are kept back here. He's only kept a couple now. That's really risky. I know there's only a few mutalisks, but they're going to go for it. There's 11 mutas. In they go. Focusing by the stalkers. The sentries using the guardian shield. Trying to just pick away a little bit more. Few of the mutalisks died. I don't think any of the stalkers died. Waiting now. The stalkers moving up. Have they discovered that base? They know where it is. HyuN still has a spawning pool down here though. But if he loses that hatch, he does not have enough money to make another one. A few lings coming on out. Quite a few of the drones getting taken away. They're going to get in on this fight. HyuN, he's pulling back some of his mutalisks. The lings are going to be quite scary here. Down go a couple of those drones. The blink stalk is taking quite a bit of damage. They're blinking frantically. This should be it for Cooltea. I think he's going to be able to take this fight. Frantically trying to focus down some of those mutalisks. Needs to do the best job he can of blinking. Is taking down the mutas very rapidly. There's not enough now to take this fight. Only 4 remain. Cooltea is going to beat HyuN in order to advance into the quarterfinals of Go for SC2 Monday. HyuN, there's nothing he can do. The mutalisks, 1 remains. 1 muta is all that's there. HyuN knows he's not going to be able to do much. With his hatch going down, it won't be GG because there is still the spawning pool. The 1 lone mutalisk could try and end this. Nothing was left to defend. There's only 3 probes, for goodness sake. But once that spawning pool dies, which it will a long way before all of these pylons die, this game may very well be over. Cooltea knows about it, and he needs to go and kill it, Cooltea. It can be seen by him. Look, there we go. It's there. Kill it. Kill it quickly. 1 probe remains. Where is that 1 probe? Doesn't really matter. The spawning pool is going to die, and that's going to be the win. No, wait. HyuN? HyuN? What? What? Oh, he's building an extractor. Okay, doesn't matter. GG. Cooltea is able to take this game, advance into the quarterfinals over HyuN in what was a funky base race.